All right, all right. Hello, everyone. We want to honor your time and get started right at 6 o'clock. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're excited to have you here and see all of your beautiful faces. I am Lily May, creator of the Glambitious brand, and I have known um, Lynita for probably over a decade. So, I'm very honored to be able to host her virtual book launch and appreciate all of you showing up in support of this dynamic spirit. I'm going to read a little bit about her. Please welcome Lynita Mitchell-Blackwell, Esquire, CPA, attorney, certified public accountant, and 2026 Georgia super lawyer. Lynita is the founder of the Legacy Light Path, where she helps high achieving women protect their families, preserve their assets, and build legacies rooted in peace. Guided by her signature framework, protect, preserve, peace. She's an ordained minister, certified Christian life coach, and seven-time best-selling author. Tonight, we celebrate the launch of her newest book, Prioritize You, a survivor's guide to loving yourself back to life, a powerful call for women to extend the same protection they give everyone else to themselves. Please join me in welcoming Lynita Mitchell-Blackwell.
Thank you so very much, Lily Mae, and thank you to all of you, my family, my friends, for coming out today. So, we're going to start off with a little housekeeping. So, today is not just about me, it's about you as well. That is the whole point of prioritize you. Lily Mae can tell you before we even started, I was trying to make sure she was good. And she was like, tonight is about you. And I was just like, you're still a person. You still got to get rest. And so we're going to make sure that you get some rest tonight. So I promise I'm only going to keep y'all a little under an hour. Okay. The second thing is, if you haven't already, I would love for you to go and grab pen and paper or journal, or if you want to use your phone, that's fine too, but something to take notes because tonight is not just hearing about my story and about the book. It's also an opportunity for you to have a transformational experience. That is important to me because I love each of you. I didn't just send out the mass invite and say, anybody come. I sent it out personally because this is a journey that I would like for us to take together. Okay. And so if you are in a safe place, because I know some of you are listening in possibly at work or on your way somewhere, that's fine. But if you're in a safe place, I would love for you to sit comfortably, and then I'd like you to close your eyes and take one hand, and it doesn't matter which hand, and place it on your heart. And then I'd like you to take the other hand and place it on your belly, right at that place, right beneath your belly button. And I would like you to just sit there and just feel the love that is coming in and breathing out of your body. I want you to know that at all times that you are loved and you are loved. And each time that you touch yourself this way, you remember that you were created with purpose, that there was no mistake in crafting you, and that sometimes the biggest thing about your existence is just for you to be, not to achieve, not to be in the right rooms with the right people, not to make a whole bunch of money, not to be rich and famous. While those things are really cool, that was not why you were placed here. Why you were placed here is because you are loved and you bring light wherever you go. And when you remember that, you know that every room that you walk into, it is transformed by your light just because you were there. And I want you to sit and just let that feeling just resonate through you. Feel those little butterflies glittering in the bottom of your belly and coming up into your heart. All that loving and powerful energy. And the smile on your face and in your heart right now is because you know that you are loved by our great creator, God, the divine, and there is nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do to change that. You are loved. Take a deep breath and release. And you can put your hands down and wiggle those shoulders, and you can open your eyes when you're ready. Yes, 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 yes. Feeling good in the neighborhood. Can I ask y'all something? You can feel free to come off mute or you can drop this in the chat. But I would love for you to share with me one word that describes what you hope to receive from today's experience. Just one word. And like I said, you feel free to come off mute or you can drop it in the chat, whichever is your pleasure. Okay, Pierce has said, woohoo! I love that word. Yes, Pierce. Yes, excitement and inspiration. Yes. And then we have Monique, joy. Yes, Monique, all about that. And my niece Jennifer said, motivation. Yes. And Victoria, acceptance. Yes. Fatigue, confirmation. And Piper said confirmation as well. And Jill said new perspective. I love that. Yes, these are the things that help us to remember. Dora Pearl said empowerment. Yes, these are all wonderful, beautiful ways of us. Stacy, hey girl, clarity. Yes. We want to be clear. We want to be pumped up. We want to see life in a way that God sees it. Like it's always beautiful, even the grimy parts, right? And it always is here to serve us. I know sometimes it doesn't feel that way, particularly when people are showing out on us, particularly when things are not working out the way that we thought that they should. But this experience, this life, all of it is for us to grow, to share, to be in community, to be in communion with the divine.
Lynita, may I say something? I'm driving, so it's
Please,
hard for
yes,
me
Mama
to
Joan,
hear.
drop it down. Yes.
I'm saying insight.
Insight. Yes, yes, Mama Joan. Oh, and my mommy, she said peace. Yes, peace. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I want y'all to hold on to those words. I want you to put those words in your heart. Actually, here in this area, this is the upper heart chakra. And I want you to just rub here for a little while. Just rub here. And I want you to feel that word and press it here so that when things get a little wild and crazy, when you are tempted to put other people's needs in front of your own, I want you to put your hand here and I want you to remember these words of peace and clarity, empowerment and new perspective, confirmation and acceptance. I want you to remember these words. Can you do that? Yeah, you can do that. Awesome. All right, we have Jill Flowers, our amazing hypnotherapist. Reverend Jill Flowers is going to lead us into a beautiful breath work and meditation. Rev Jill, I'm going to turn it over to you. You can go ahead and unmute when you are ready so we can get this party started.
Thank you. I I was I was mesmerized by your offering. I was like, this is all we needed. We didn't need anything else. So this will just be a layering over what you are beginning to already open up to, what you are beginning to receive. And the my intention for you is just an anchoring, a grounding in, so that what you are intending, that you would have foresight and insight when it comes up this evening, right? You'll be able to receive it and catch it, right? You'll be able to receive the inspiration, the empowerment. You'll be able to see it and recognize it and receive it. So when we talk about the anchoring in and just being able to relax in, we're talking about the nervous system, and we've heard a lot about the nervous system lately, and it's because there's so much anxiety, so much stress, so much that's going on. So what I want to invite you to do is come back to one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And when we do this, there's nervous systems, there's nerves and nerve endings in your hand, and the hands are healing. And you can use your healing hands for yourself. So that one hand on your heart, it does not matter which, and that one hand on your belly, and just press in ever so gently. And I'm going to give you a breath practice that you can use at any given time. And this breath practice is going to bring you back to center. And it is simply breathing in for 5 seconds. Your exhale and your inhale is 5 seconds. And I'm going to throw in a few holds for you where you hold that breath at the top. Okay? So we're just going to do this for a few rounds, and set your intention for relaxation if that's what you need, for calming if that's what you need, for joy if that's what you need, for openness if that is what you need. You have been given the authority to call in what you need. You have been given the authority to call in. I want you to receive this, what you need. So go ahead and take a deep breath. And we're bringing that breath in 5 seconds. And we're going to hold that breath at the top. 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly release this breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. This is a nice pause for you to feel into whatever you're calling in. Invite the God of your understanding, who you know God to be, for yourself. And we're going to start again, taking in a nice, long, slow, deep breath. In 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to hold at the top. Hold that breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. And a slow release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice pause. So what you are doing is activating the vagus nerve and letting your body know you are safe. You are safe. Slow, elongated breaths lets the body know you are safe. You are safe. So I want you to go ahead and do this again at your own pace, using your own count. Hold the breath at the top. 5-second inhale, 5-second hold, 5-second slow release. And I'm just going to speak to you as you do this. And here we go, starting now. I want to just share with you that the breath holds the spirit. The breath is holy. The spirit is in the breath, and the breath is in the spirit. We can last for days without water, weeks without food, but only seconds without the breath. The spirit is in the breath, and the breath is in the spirit. And you are able to call on what it is that you need and breathe into it. Speak into it. When you speak, you breathe. Speak into what it is you are calling in for yourself this evening. Receive the authority that has been given to you to speak. That speaking holds the breath holds the spirit. And then just take one good deep breath for yourself and release. Eyes closed, settling in, being present right here, right now. I'm speaking a word over you that you receive what you have come to get. Whenever you are ready, blinking your eyes open, giving thanks, giving thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Reverend Jill. So appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. So remember, I asked you to grab something to write with or type with if you're using your phone. So I have two questions for you. The first is, what brought you here today? And the second is, where in my life have I been placing myself last? So the first question is, what brought you here today? And the second is, where have you been placing, where in your life, have you been placing yourself last? And I'm going to give you 3 minutes to answer that. So it is 6:18, so 6:21, we're going to come back together. And for those who would like to share, I would love to hear. And if you're more comfortable putting in the chat, feel free. Or if you would like to come off mute, that's fine too. Okay, what was the second question? The second question is, where in my life have I been placing myself last? Where in my life have I been placing myself last? Ah, Nisi already had me covered. Thank you, Jennifer.
Lynita, do you want us to raise our hand or just speak out?
You can just speak out, Piper.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I came here to support you, of course. Wouldn't have it any other way. And I had to think hard on that second question because I've been doing really well with making sure I took care of myself because for the last 3 years I didn't. It was all about family. So I think when I think about putting myself last, I think it's more so in truly walking in my purpose in the way that I am fulfilled with what I'm also doing for others, not
Mm.
necessarily what the catchwords may be or what the business industry says that it needs in this moment, but truly being authentic to who I am and bringing that forward to everyone else. I think that's where I'm not putting myself first.
That's fair. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing. Thank you. And Stacy said, chaos brought you here due to death in your family. And please accept our condolences. And an introduction to me via text. That's right. And that was through Monique.
Yeah.
Hey.
I want what brought where I'm putting myself last, the first thing that I thought about is each of us get 24 hours.
Mhm.
And time is so precious. It's one of those resources you can never get back. And when I look at my time and how I spend my 24 hours, my watch has told me on the last 2 years, I've slept on average 4.5 hours. And with that, I'm so busy doing caregiving, taking care of adult kids that have already finished college. Everybody at work needs special projects, this and that done, and all these other things. And when I think about, I still haven't done my taxes for 2025, and I did my parents. So everybody else gets my 24 hours before I even get it. I don't even get enough to sleep. So that's where I'm putting myself last. It's my time.
But it's really good to say these things out loud because that's the beginning of addressing them. Because you can know it here, but as long as it's rolling around in your head, there's no action. There's something about saying it out loud that really helps us to face these things and to tag in some support, right? Yeah. Would anybody else like to share? And please don't feel compelled. This is a safe space. If you would like to share, but if you don't want to, you do not have to. Somebody just dropped in the chat. Pierce, what brought you here today is a friendly invite. Yes, yes, Pierce. And where you've been putting yourself last, I haven't given myself or my future as much energy as I do other people. Ooh, Pierce, that's some real insight. Yeah. I think everyone on this Zoom can appreciate that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about how I came into Prioritize You, a survivor's guide to loving yourself back to life. I have had a beautiful life when it's all said and done. I was told, just like many of you, I suspect we were raised by the same parents. They just had different names. If you work hard, you'll be successful and you'll live happily ever after. And that's what their parents taught them because being excellent was protection, particularly in the Black community, particularly as Black women. If you could be counted on, if you showed yourself smart, if you showed that you were a caregiver, people were much more likely to say, oh, no, 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 you're not like the others. Oh, no, no, we have to make a place for her. Oh, you know what? It's okay, it's okay. And we started to slowly but surely intertwine, because I know I did, self-worth, self-value, self-respect with achievement, because achievement was protection, it was safety. And so I learned that, and many of us, a gold star when you're in kindergarten, A's when you're in grade school, internships and good jobs in college, raises and promotions once you get on these jobs, they come, and they come at a cost. They come at the cost of sleep. They come at the cost sometimes of our health. They come at the cost of our hobbies, rest and rejuvenation, using our vacation time. And then it starts to show up on us in some way. For some people, the person who used to be all cheery and bubbly is now kind of sour face, right? The person who used to be all active and getting out there and go, 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 marathons every weekend, right? Well, now you can't get them out the house. They worship the couch. That's all they aspire to, is to get into the couch. And then the person who used to keep up with doctor's appointments slowly but surely doesn't even go to the annual physical. And when periods start getting heavier and the bleeding is going from regular pads to super, then to Depends diapers, well, now maybe I'll go to the doctor. And so when that happened to me, by the time I got to the doctor, they had no idea what was going on. And I went through several years of testing. And I tell people all the time, ladies and gentlemen, for the people who fuss about universal health care, I'm going to tell you, when I was ill, my husband had what we would call Cadillac insurance, premium insurance. And by the time I was done running to specialists to try and figure out what was going on with me, I was upwards of $500 a month in copays. So I do not know how people who have the bare minimum and just getting by do that. And the truth is, they don't. But there I was, and I'm grateful that I had the resources to do it. But for almost 2 years, trying to figure out why I'm bleeding through my clothing, taking horrible medication, watching my skin degrade, my hair break off in chunks, and my nails split down the middle. And instead of taking a moment to get back to myself, I just kept going, because I had made the 4 C's my pillar, my altar: cash, clothes, cars, castles. Because we're taught those are the epitome of achievement. It can't be being a good person. It can't be loving yourself well. No, there has to be something tangible that goes with that. The protection of the achievement, the protection of all the accolades and the degrees and the certifications. Wanting to hang on to something that you can control. And the change came in two parts. And I think that's the thing that no one ever tells you, right? Most people make it seem like the epiphany just happens and one day you wake up. But even Saul, in his transformation to Paul on the road to Damascus, that was a two-part situation. See, first he was struck from his horse, from his mount, and struck blind. That was part one. And then part two, God commanded his healing through another. But there was time between those two things happening. And the same thing happened with me. The first was I was struck in the middle of the floor with exhaustion from ignoring what my body had been trying to tell me for quite some time, and my child finding me in the middle of the floor, unable to get up. Thankfully, she was small enough, she had not quite turned 6 yet, and she thought I was just sleepy. She didn't realize that I couldn't get up. And so she went to her bed and she got her Disney princess's blanket. Princess Tiana had just come out. And she put it on me. And she had this little square pillow and she tucked it under my head and she kissed me on the forehead and said, "Good night, Mama." And the only thing that I had strength to do was to say, "Good night, baby." I didn't have the strength to put my own child to bed. And so I knew something had to change, but I'm just being honest with y'all. I didn't know what, and I did not know how. And so I went back to what I knew, serving on multiple boards at the same time, serving as president of multiple boards at the same time, running multiple companies, having responsibilities to family members as well as to my employees. And so it wasn't until later that I was at the hospital because I had been admitted for emergency surgery due to stage 4 endometriosis. And they gave me a stack of release forms that I'm used to being on the other side of. See, people don't give me paper like that. I give them paper like that. And they had me sign because I might not make it through this because the endometriosis had spread everywhere. It had made it to my lungs. And for those of you who don't know what endometriosis is, it is the uncontrolled growth of uterine cells outside of the uterus. And for 80% of the population, it does not bother them at all. I was not part of the 80%. By the time they were done, they had to take a portion of the back wall of my vagina, a portion of my colon, my cervix, and I had to have a full hysterectomy. And one of the things that they don't tell you, and this is what really prioritize you for me, was that after you have a surgery that major, you have things that you have to deal with for the rest of your life. So even after coming through that and turning things around mentally, emotionally, working with professionals such as Reverend Rowena Silvera Beck and Reverend Jill Flowers, even after making my peace with putting everything and everybody ahead of me, I still have to go to surgery every few years to remove the scar tissue that tends to build up and tie things off. I still have to eat a certain way and at certain times. I still must do some type of movement activity so that my plumbing works correctly. But I will tell you all that even in all of that, I can still smile and find joy. And I'd like to share with you 3 reasons why. The first is that I now know the cost of self-abandonment, and I can share that with others, and I can model this life for the people I love, including my child. And so because she has seen this, experienced this, she will never allow anything like this to happen to her. And I know it because my child is a smarty. That being said, if something takes more effort than what she feels it should, she's not doing it. If a good effort will get her a B, then that's good. That's fine. If a good effort will get her scholarship, which it did, then that's fine. There is no reason to overwork to get to the plus, plus, plus. That is self-abandonment. That is the commingling of one's esteem with somebody else's standards of who and what you should be. The second reason that I still count it joy is that I realize that prioritizing self is a decision that we all can make, and that you can make this decision at any time, anywhere, wherever you are in your journey. So if tonight you feel that you have not put as much energy in yourself, your health, your well being, your future, then after we get off, you can change that. And I think that that is pretty cool to know that you're not stuck. Number one. And number two, that you have support, because most of the people that are on here tonight feel the same way. We have things that we are passionate about, people that we are passionate about, but we've gotten to the place where we realize that if we don't take care of ourselves, our passion doesn't do them any good, because we won't be here. We won't be here. And the third thing that brings me joy is knowing that I get to protect, I get to help people to preserve, and I help people have peace in their lives. And I do that through my business every day. As an estate planning attorney, I help people to not be in the situation that I was. And I'm really proud that I see some of my clients on here tonight smiling back at me, which is really cool. It makes me happy that they won't be in a situation where I was when I went into emergency surgery those years ago. And I had not done any planning for my own child, my own family, my own business. Because in my mind, estate planning was for people who were older or those who were terminally ill. It wasn't for someone like me. I was in my mid-30s. I was running marathons. I was out there with Fatina doing boot camp. Well, I don't need this, right? Until you do. Until you do. And now I get to help people to protect the people that they love. I get to help them preserve their assets that they have worked their tails off, those 4 C's I was talking about, right? And the one that really resonates is the peace, to ensure that their legacies are imbued with peace and not chaos and confusion. I think many of us, if not most, are intimately familiar with chaos and confusion when it comes to home. We see it on TV and it can be funny, but it is never funny when it is in our own homes, in our families. I'm going to tell you, when I sat down to complete my comments, I have this note here that says, you got to bring them back to the full circle moment. I got to be honest with you. The circle continues. Choosing yourself is an ongoing commitment. You have to do it every single day, and many times, multiple times a day. So what I would suggest, as I have done, and it works for me, is to develop a routine of intermittent checking in. The first check-in is in the morning. I start off with prayer, meditation, breathing, and some type of body movement. It doesn't have to be a workout. It can be stretching. It can be somatic movement. But this is time that's just for you. Just about all of you are early risers, so doing it before the house starts moving is actually one of the better times to do it, because boy, once your feet hit the floor and people start pulling on you, it is hard to get back to you. So that's the first thing. Start the day with you. The second thing that helps me is sometime in the middle of the day, I will pause and just be in silence. So no phone, no audiobook, no TV, no radio, just quiet. You would be amazed at what Holy Spirit would drop on you during those quiet times. Sometimes it's the resolution of some serious situation in your life. It's the answer to some question that you asked 20 years ago. And sometimes it's just nothing. It's just peace. And that's just what you needed. So that's the second thing. The third thing that I learned with with Rev Jill was between appointments, because just about all of you have your own business or you are in leadership in your companies. So when you are going from meeting to meeting, it's really important that you build in some time. It can be 3 to 5 minutes where you can discharge the energy from that interaction. Even if it was positive, even if it was you and your girlfriend and y'all laughed and talked for 2 hours, the hyena laugh. Y'all know that laugh when you flip your head back and your mouth all big, right? That laugh. Even with that, there is still an energetic exchange that happened, and you need to discharge it so that when you go into your next interaction, you're not dragging that in. And then the last thing, at the end of your day, as you're laying in the bed, I want you to take both of your hands and place them over your heart space. And I want you to say, I did good today. I am so proud of me. I don't care what happened. I don't care if you messed up at work. I don't care if you got in a fight with somebody and it was your fault. I don't care what happened. You're to put your hands on your heart and say, I did good today. I'm proud of me. Why? Because you made it through the day. This world can be hard. It can be really tough. And you're not always going to show up as the best version of yourself. This best self idea, which all these gurus have put out here. Let's talk about the worst parts. What do we do then? That's especially when we have to really dig in and to be loving and kind to ourselves, right? Yeah. Yeah. So those are the things that I would advise you to do. And notice I have not said spend any money, right? This is self-prioritization is not about spending money. It is really about taking time to pat yourself on the back and affirm yourself to you. Because too many times this world has tried to tell you that you don't belong, that you're not important, and that is just fuddy-duddy. It is not true. And if you can't remember it for you, remember I told you. I can put it on the big girl voice. I said that you're important and that somebody else's opinion of you doesn't matter. Can y'all remember that? I even added the neck and the shoulder, so that should have like woken you up. Stacy, yes, girl, yes. Yes. So right now, I would like, if you don't mind, to share with you an excerpt from the book. And I know that this was God, y'all, because I yesterday was like, Lord, what am I going to share? And God brought me to exactly the page. And when I was reading it, I was like, oh my goodness. Lily Mae, this is for you. Chapter 22. Prioritizing self creates grace toward others. In all of our conversations about self prioritization, there is one practice we do not discuss often enough: grace. Grace is patience, it is expansive opportunity, it is flexibility extended to another person when the situation does not demand it, when the contract does not require it, when no one would fault you for withholding it. It is every chance you would want for yourself offered freely to someone else. And here is what I have learned about the economics of grace. Every time you extend it to another person, you are making a deposit. And that deposit accumulates into something real, something available to you when you need it most. Not long ago, I was working with a publicist I had hired to place several projects in media outlets. She was doing her job. The submissions had been made, but the placements were moving slowly. She reached out proactively to let me know. Submissions are in. She was simply waiting for them to be posted. I thanked her for the update. What she did not know was what I was thinking as I read her message. Because I had worked in publishing and I ran a publishing house, I knew exactly how the sausage was made. I know that a submission can be perfectly executed and still sit in a queue for weeks because it does not fit the theme of the current issue, because the editor is behind, because human beings are human and publishing houses are not machines. The person doing the submitting has no control over any of that. She reached out because she respected our relationship enough to not assume my silence meant patience. She communicated because she is a professional who understood that even a client who knows the industry still deserves to be kept informed. And I received it with grace because I understood the full picture. Now, here's the question that stayed with me. What if we applied that grace, that same grace, more broadly? What if, when a colleague is late delivering something, we pause before the frustration and ask, do I know what is happening in their world right now? What if, when a friend goes quiet, we reached out with curiosity instead of judgment? What if, when something we are waiting for simply has not arrived yet, we extended the same patience we would want if the roles were reversed? This is not naivete. It is not an excuse to tolerate chronic unreliability or to let people take advantage of your goodwill. Boundaries still matter. Timelines still matter. Communication matters. If something is not moving in a reasonable window, you address it. You set a new deadline. You find another path if necessary. But the first response does not have to be suspicion or resentment. It can be grace. Because the truth is, grace is not scarce. There is enough of it. There has always been enough. And when we move through our lives from a full place, rested, intentional, tending to ourselves, we discover that grace flows more easily than we thought, that we have more of it to give than we realized, that the abundance we were told did not exist has been there all along, waiting for us to tap into it. Prioritize yourself well, and you will find grace is one of the first things that becomes available. Give it generously. It will always, always find itself back to you. And I would like to ask y'all right now, I'm going to turn it back over. Thank you, Lily Mae. That is so good because you're so good, girl. Yes. Lily Mae is my publicist, y'all, if you've not picked that up yet. So here is the reflection question. I would like you to go back to your journaling or drop it in the chat or come off mute if you're comfortable. And it is this. What sentence, what idea landed in your spirit today? What's that thing that when you heard it, you said, oh, that's me? What is that thing that it hit, as the young people say? What sentence or an idea really landed in your spirit today?
For me, it was to continue showing myself grace. I think I do a great job with showing others, but just to show it to myself.
Well done,
Yes,
Piper.
thank
Well
you.
done. Yes.
I was going to say about having patience with others because you can reflect that back on yourself because sometimes we don't even have patience with ourselves with some of the things we want to achieve. So how can we have that with other people? So sometimes it's like when you're like thinking about, oh, they need to get this thing done, get this, get that done. But then you got to take back and it's like, am I pushing myself too much to like reach certain areas that might be like, not, I guess, not like logically attainable in that time frame? Then I can't put that pressure on other people. So that's just something that we really need to think about whenever a lot of times you get upset with somebody, because a lot of the things you're upset about are things that are like within yourself.
Well said. That's my niece, y'all. And I see in the chat, let's see, yes, Monique, you did good today. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you did. You showed up here for you. I mean, I know y'all came for me, but you knew that there was going to be something here for you too. Absolutely. And Fatina said, it's time to move forward. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. As the great Lisa Nichols would say. And Brittany, hey, Sarah, I love how you mentioned about the power of grace and patience. Yes, girl. I saw your Facebook post with your baby in the background driving you wild. Patience and grace, girl. Patience and grace. Yes. And mom said, giving grace to yourself as well as to others. Yes, every day. You got to give yourself grace before you give it to anybody else. That's right. And Brianna, that's my graphic designer, giving grace and setting boundaries, especially as a new mom. I needed this word, Lynita. Yes, girl. And I got to do it because that's just what I do. So this beautiful cover was created by Brianna Fawcett. And so if y'all need some graphic designs, that's the lady to see. Yes. And Rev Jill said, self grace, powerful, absolutely. And Paula Clark, best notary in Metro Atlanta. I need to self reflect areas of my life to pivot in my life's journey. Absolutely. And I don't want you to feel guilty about these pivots that you are making. I know that for most of your lives, you were told to focus on other people and then your reward would come. But I am telling you that the God that we serve did not make us so that our whole lives are just waiting for somebody to acknowledge us. We were affirmed from the moment that he created the idea of us. So that was before we were even born and breath came into our lungs. Do y'all understand that? So that the mighty creator that brought us into being had no intention for us to just be sitting here as placeholders or chess pieces until somebody decided to move us. And just so you know, and none of you are pawns on that chessboard. Everybody is on the back row, okay? If y'all don't play chess, go and look that up so you know that you're royalty. That's what I'm trying to tell you, okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. Oh, Sora, hey girl, my favorite, prioritizing self creates grace for others. I have work to do. Yes, yes, you do. And I'm going to tell on you a little bit. So I have the pleasure of serving on Sora Twill's committee for the 5K. We do cleanup afterwards. And I teased her a little bit because every year, this fourth year, I asked her, so what you doing after this? And every year, I'm going to go home and straighten up the house. Now, she is one of the most put together ladies that you ever going to meet. So you know that her house is already put together. And I was like, this year you're going to do something for you. And so we came up with a plan. And so she did self-care that day. And I was so proud of her. Yes, yes, yes. You deserve more times like that. I didn't say you have to. I said you deserve it. As a child of the king that makes you royalty, back row, you deserve it. So give it to you. Give it to yourself. Let me see. Pierce, did I skip over yours? No, okay, I got you. I got you. Wonderful. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Oh, yes, I did. Pierce, taking the time to just be, regardless of expectations. Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you about those expectations and why they're so dangerous. Y'all have heard the term keeping up with the Jones, right? The Jones were actually they were grifters. They were broke. They took advantage of other people's largesse And yet other people wanted to be just like them, and they were setting a standard based on somebody else's wealth and riches. They were scam artists. You gotta just keep up with what you have going on. I'm so serious, y'all. And Pierce said, okay, so I got everybody. I got everybody in the chat. Wonderful. All right. I promised I was going to have y'all out of here by 7, and I am going to do that. So we are going to move into our commitment ceremony. So I want you to complete this sentence. You can write it down. You can think about it if you want to. And you can share if you like. And the commitment statement is, I commit to honoring myself by blank. I commit to honoring myself by blank.
Lynita.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so my commitment is I commit to honor myself by doing what I know I was purposed to do.
Yes. I love it. I love it, Piper. And Jennifer said, maintaining my health both mentally and physically. Yes. Pierce said, doing what I say I'm going to do. Yes. Look at y'all bringing in the power and the thunder. Stacy said, by actually having boundaries. Yes, yes. Y'all must have been looking in my book early. I love it. Victoria said, sticking to a schedule that I know will produce the fruit of my future. The fruit of my future. I love that. Yes. Yes. Cultivate that tree. Brianna said, by saying no to things I don't have capacity for. Yes. Fatina said, moving forward when God says move and saying no. Yes. Yes. Look at y'all. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Yes. Yeah, that's hard on that. I love it too. You see, Paula said, I commit to honor myself by putting myself first before others because I matter more than what others think or say about me. I love me in all caps. Yes, yes, yes. It's got to start here. Self-love, self-prioritization is really soul prioritization. And since the soul is a gift from God, is a piece of God, then it absolutely makes sense for us to put it first. And if we can't love ourselves, then we can't love somebody else. And we certainly can't model that love to our children and the people coming behind us. So putting self first is actually the greatest way of exemplifying love that we actually can. Yeah, absolutely. Now, many of you have ordered books, and so I'll be reaching out to you so I can mail them to you, signed, of course. And I will be getting, for those of you who ordered for this launch tonight, there'll be a special little gift in there from me to you as a thank you. If you have not already ordered your books, it's not too late. Books are on sale now on Amazon. I commit to having the Audible done and up by the end of this month. I have 10 more sections to do. My voice just does not hold like that, like it used to, so I can only do a few at a time now. Oh, I ordered mine. Yes, Miss Deborah. Yes, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. And we are going to have a reading session probably in August. Give everybody a chance to read and take some notes. And we'll come back on Zoom and we're going to talk about it. As you're doing that, I would love for you to consider joining me for the Prioritize and Empower Retreat. I have this wonderful video. If Zoom, oh, Lily Mae, if you could give me share access, please, so that I can. Oh, you already did it because that's who you are. I love it. Thank you. We are getting around ready to leave for the Prioritize and Empower You retreat. Please say hello to all of the women who have empowered themselves to put themselves. Uh-oh. Did it stop? It froze? Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Froze first. I'm not sure why it keeps doing that. Let me see something. Hold on 1 second. We are getting around ready to leave for the Prioritize and Empower You retreat. Please say hello to all of the women who have empowered themselves to put themselves first. We are so excited to be and have a good time with one another and tie the island. Woo!
If I could speak to the woman I was before this retreat, I would tell her to get all the crying out you can, get all the pain out, get all the worry out, because when you go to that retreat, you're not going to feel that again. I would tell her to remember the pain so that, and the hurt and the journey, so that you can be able to recall it when you talk to other women, because the joy that you are about to feel, it's going to be hard to remember that pain. The happiness you're about to feel, the freedom, the clarity, the love, the acknowledgement that you are about to feel, is going to be very difficult to remember that pain.
So each of you, they have 5 seconds. And for all of us, we are at a place where it's not like a woman, it's not like a woman. But even when you go through the changes in our lives, there's still some saving. So clearance that is what happens. That's number one. But then once you do that, you understand that you are here. That clearance is not just for you. That the work that you do in your life is for example that I just needed to be around both Black women to just get myself back together. I was putting myself. They no validation is an offering. I was one of the space holders for this weekend, and I could say that it was transformative. I could say that I was in this position of being able to support the other women, but I want to say that
their healing, their transformation was also fun. And that being one of those humans did not put me in the space that I did not do my own work. Their healing, their transformation, their elevation, the rise that the women felt, I also felt. We were in such symbiosis that whatever we needed, whatever I needed for my rise, I received this weekend. Just spent this weekend at this retreat with Lynita Mitchell, and I need to say that it was phenomenal. In this life, we often travel alone, trying to get things done alone, but there is so much power in being in a group of like-minded women, and that is what we had here. We laughed, we cried, we prayed, we exposed ourselves. There was vulnerability, but the thing is, it was an incredibly safe place. And it is only when you're able to pull all of that back, sort of dig in the dirt, where we can plant new seeds for growth. And I feel like I have been replanted and I am ready to go out there and make it. If I could speak to the woman that I was before this retreat, remember telling her that she is more than capable, more than able, more than enough. And there are tribes of women that I can connect with that are similar to God, themselves, and just making the world a better place by shining the light. I'm so grateful to know Lynita and to know more people that are like Lynita. And I just feel like I can go on through the things that have been hard in my heart before coming here, and I feel burned and confirmed. So I'm striving for those things.
So that is what we're leading up to is the Prioritize and Empower You retreat. It will be October 8th through the 12th up in the North Georgia mountains this year. And it is a beautiful weekend where you are catered to and you have an opportunity for rest, restoration. We don't overload you with classes. You can have solitude if that's what you wish. Plenty of girlfriend time, plenty of time to enjoy nature, plenty of time to just be. And I'm inviting you to join me. I will, let me see. I look forward to that reading session. I know that's right, Paula. That's right. That's right. That's right. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for you to let me know your interest and to get on the email list. And I am really, really excited about all the things to come. Excuse me. My keyboard went a little crazy. I don't want it to put that in the chat. Let me clear this up one moment, please. So we went a little over, but I want to tell y'all thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining me tonight in the launch of Prioritize You, a survivor's guide to loving yourself back to life. And at this time, I will open it for any questions or discussion. Jennifer said that it froze. Oh, I think that was before, but did it play? It eventually played. Okay, very good, very good. Awesome, thank you. And thank you, Lily Mae, for putting in the corrected link. I appreciate you. So at this time, The book is launched. You are prioritized. And I will let you know when we have our, session to discuss the book. And please don't feel like you have to finish the whole thing. If you don't, still come. Sound good? You are so welcome, Paula. You are so very welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And to the men in your lives, happy Father's Day. To those of you who celebrate, happy summer solstice. Thank you so much. I have my new perspective. Takes more effort than I have, then the answer is no. Absolutely. Yes, yes, absolutely. You are so welcome, Nisi. My pleasure. And thank you for making the time to join. I appreciate you. You are welcome, Sora 12. Yay! Heart for Tina. Heart Victoria. Thank you, Brianna. I know I'm supposed to end the meeting, but I'm just really basking and looking at y'all. For some of you, I haven't seen you in years, and I'm just loving just seeing your beautiful faces. So I'm just gonna hang out, and then you can come off when you're ready. You are so welcome, Stacy. My pleasure. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, sister. Me too, Fatina. It was close there. See you in the morning, Paula. Yes, absolutely. Oh, I like that. A prioritize myself challenge. Okay, we'll do that for the book when we do our meetup in August. I like that. That's dope.
I guess I'll say goodbye. I'll call you when I can, though.
Okay. Love you, sweetheart.
Love you too. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for the invite, Lynita. It's so good to see your beautiful face.
And you too, Fatina. I'm so glad you made it. Thank you, sister.
You are so welcome. And I'm definitely gonna try to make that retreat. It's in North Georgia, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dawsonville. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll
Yeah.
put it on my calendar. Yeah, I
Okay.
think instead of going to my homecoming, I think I would rather go there
I think you'll have
to the
a much
retreat.
better time.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
Now make sure you click on that bit.ly link in the chat so that you'll be added to the list.
Okay.
I mean, obviously I know you're there, but you know.
I'm gonna do it right now so I won't forget.
Yay!
All right. I look forward to hearing from you about the book and then have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Lily Mae, thank you so very much for everything. This was beautiful experience, and I absolutely will be doing it this way again.
Oh, this was absolutely amazing. I'll send you the recording and you can, of course, chop it up into clips, post it on your YouTube, all that good stuff, because this was really, really good. And I feel like you should do more of these because people need this. Women need this type of action.
Okay, I shall.
All righty. I'll send you the recording shortly.
Okay, and drive safely.
Oh, I'm back home.
Okay, good, good, good.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.